What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Foxy's Den. Getting into another reaction. Newest episode of One Piece, 1083. Woo! Always love me some One Piece, baby. Oh my god. Last episode was a nice treat of a little bit of everything. We got, was last episode? Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. So we've been pretty much past the bounties already. We got that, like, I think 3 episodes ago, 1080 or something like that. So we already knew, like, the new lineup of emperors and the new bounties for Law, Kid, and Luffy, along with Luffy being one of the new emperors, and they're all at 3 billion each, which is huge change, right? Rightfully so. They took out 2 emperors, and one of them taking out one all by himself for the most part, at least towards the end. So got all that. Last episode in particular was more focusing on Momo and some of the Yakuza 9, Yamato taking on Green Bull and finishing up that encounter. And then also Shanks being there off the coast of Wano and kind of realizing that someone's here that shouldn't be here, kind of had a bad taste. And he mentioned that as soon as he did what he did, which was pretty much use his Conqueror's Haki literally from off the coast of Wano. And a lot of people, I saw some comments on just like the comparison to from the anime to the manga for this certain scene, and I will agree that it's different. Like whenever I first saw it, I didn't think it was gonna look like that. I didn't think it was gonna look like that at all. Like how it traveled type thing, and then like actually like seems like it pierced Green Bull. I don't think it was like that in the manga, and I think that's what a lot of people were commenting about. Is like, it didn't really give the same vibe as the manga, because the manga, like, kind of just like it just like gave this overwhelming like force of appearance. Like, I'm here. Get the fuck out of there if you don't want me to step foot on this fucking island. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was more of just like a presence. Like, Green Bull like noticed his presence immediately and was like, yo, nah, I'm not fucking with the red-haired pirates, on top of trying to get Luffy's head. Like, I'm good, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So I can understand the difference in opinion there, just because of, you know, it didn't really look the same, but I still enjoyed it nonetheless. I think it was still really hype. Still got the message across. He's off the coast of Wano. He made Green Bull leave. It would pretty much just his presence. It didn't look as much of the presence aspect because of the way the Haki looked, but you know what I mean. And then he still said what he said, which was like, you know, are you that afraid of the new generation, the new era? Are you that afraid? Like, that's pretty bad taste of you to be fucking pulling up right after their victorious moment. Like, get the fuck up on out of here. Like, what are you doing? So I love that. I love that because that's exactly the vibe that we felt ever since Green Bull showed up. Like, bro, it's been a week, man. Can we enjoy our banquet? Can we enjoy our celebration? Can we enjoy our victory before we have some bitch ass fucking admiral pull up? You know? So, you know, him getting the fuck out of there and it being because of Shanks was an amazing touch. But also on the other side of things, Momo finally was able to use a blast breath and stood on his own ground and didn't, you know, waver when it came to facing Green Bull, and got that attack off where Green Bull actually had to retransform. Like, he cut the big tree in half, but because of his fruit, he's a Logia, like he can just regrow, whatever, like he's fine. So that was good in that aspect, and also because of all the flames after that, he couldn't really see where Green Bull was, and the rest of the Yakuza 9, Yamato, they couldn't either. So the fact that he left after that gave that feeling of, oh, I won. Like, I made him leave, and Yamato and the Yakuza 9 believe in that as well. That gives a nice confidence boost into Momo, which he desperately needs, because as we can see through most of the end of the battle, he was struggling with his self-confidence and, you know, really trying to get things done and believe in himself. And he's always had that as a problem, because he's a young kid, bro. Remember, he's 8 years old up here. He's 8 fucking years old. So you're gonna have self-doubt, you're gonna have lack of confidence. But having that moment right there with Shanks being the real one, but he couldn't see through the fire, and just knowing that he was on his side of things, he was the last one that attacked him, and he actually left, that's a really nice self-confidence boost for him, which, again, he needs that. And I really like that Luffy and the rest of them, Zoro, Sanji, and Jinbei, were, you know, they were watching. They knew what was good. Maybe not watching, but they were paying attention. They could feel the Haki going on. They could feel the presence. So they were paying attention. But they respected how Momo was the one that was trying to put up their own self-defense and really be a shogun. Like, he realizes that he's not going to be able to like rely on them for much longer. You know, they're going to leave at some point. This is your country. You have to defend this. You have to learn to be able to take care of your own people and yourself. So that was perfect in that sense. Then we also, throughout that episode, got a little bit more of a look on some stuff about Plutone, Road Poneglyph, this being the third one of 4 that Robin and Luffy's crew have seen. So they just need one more. And Law went along as well, because obviously he's the one that does most of the research and history gathering in his crew. And they went along with Sukiyaki, and they learn also about like how the land of Wano usually once was like 800 years ago, and then eventually walls were put up. And who knows? You said put up, so that means it could be man-made. And then basically rainwater just kept on collecting to where eventually this is the land of Wano today, on top of this mountain where they traveled all the way up there to have the country up there. So all of this, you know, because they saw through a window, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, this is like a village like underwater. Like, it's like, yeah, it's the land of Wano from 800 years ago or more. You know, right around the Void Century. And then where they saw the Road Poneglyph, Sukiyaki mentioned that Plutone is even farther down, and he's never seen it. Can't show it to you because it's even farther down in the ocean. They both have devil fruits, so it's not like they can just swim down there and see what the fuck is good. But if you actually wanted to retrieve the weapon, or say open the borders, for example, like say if you were just like, because Odin was always, you know, about like opening the borders, because he wanted, you know, Wano to stop being an isolated country, like, because he was always one traveling around, like he wanted to get out of the country, like he was big on exploring and adventuring. But this is where the politics come in. If you open the borders, which is essentially, okay, if you take down the walls that is keeping that water in place, right? That is essentially opening the border. So all that water is going to fucking disperse, and the sea level is going to, you know, sink again, because that's all rainwater in there. It's not, you know, seawater. So that opens the borders, thus also reveals Plutone, potentially. And because of that, if that were to happen, that's why the World 5 Elders and the world government is so, like, intrigued and, you know, wary of Wano, is because, like, and that's when they were talking about shortly a couple episodes ago, like, oh, they decided to keep their borders closed. It's like, oh, whoever did that is a smart motherfucker. And that was Momo that decided to do that, because he wants to, you know, have still a rebuilding phase. Even though we've already achieved victory, like, we need to have a rebuilding phase where we can have some time of peace before we open things up and potentially make things even worse and have somebody else come and fuck our shit up, which would be the world government, because they know Plutone's existence. So that was just a little bit of a deeper dive in what could happen if you take the walls down, thus opening the borders, thus releasing Plutone. So that was some nice information, and that was pretty much it, I think. So last episode was great. Can't wait to get in this one, see what else we go down and see. I'm not sure if we're gonna finish up our banquet, or, you know, see our normal people, or maybe we get some more world information with the Revolutionary Army, because we've been getting a lot of fucking info on what's going on in the outside world since we've been in Wano for so long. So yeah, I'm excited, man. Let's get into it. If you guys enjoy it, please like down below, comment, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell so you know the next one's dropping. Let's get into it. 1083 One Piece. Episode title right away, goddamn. The world that moves on, a new organization, Cross Guild. Oh shit. We getting that info this episode. Alright, okay. They just learned about the Green Bull incident. Literally look like skeletons, damn near. Yeah, bro, that's an admiral. Admirals are not one to fuck with. Admirals, including the fleet admiral, which makes 4 of them, pretty much is the equivalent of an emperor on the pirate side, if you want a comparison, right? That's what makes that scene even much more like intimidating from Shanks. Like Shanks just made this dude fucking leave without even really attacking him. It's crazy. Yeah, he's been chilling with his wife, bro.
鶴もひどい火傷を負っていたものの命は無事で。
私もあの人のそばにいたいから。
いやはや、20年経っても鶴は変わらず美しく。
What the fuck?
どうした？雷蔵。持ってたい。はあ。湯柄は早う治れ。雷蔵。
Oh, a rabbit. I was like, who is this? Or carrot. I just literally just called her a rabbit. Three Musketeers. What's good, fam? Bunch of other minks. What's good? Wanda. What's good, family? What's up? More family? What's up?
湯柄、この先モコモ公国の王になれ。
Oh. She just accepted it right away. She's like, okay, cool. I'm down. Oh, it didn't hit her right away. It didn't hit her right away. Oh, yeah.
実はな、私と猫はこの和の国に残り、光月家の侍として桃之助様をお守りすることにした。ガラニャンニャニャ。
Makes sense. I mean, they really started their journey here a long time ago on the land of Wano. Big promotion, Carrot. Come on, you got this. You'll live up to their expectations, trust me.
何よりユティアは心にペドロの意志を継いでいる。ペドロ。
I completely forgot about this from the manga. This is like a huge change for her. Damn right. There we go. Passing on the torch for the leaders of Zou. Oh, is he revealing it? I thought he said he wasn't going to reveal himself. That's what I remember the last time we saw him talking to Robin. Okay. Yeah, that's why he didn't want to face them. Mm-hmm. So did Robin and Law, or I feel like it'd be Robin that convinced him otherwise. Yeah, they haven't had their parents in a long time, man. They've been like pretty much alone, even separately. Like Hiyori's been alone and Momo's been alone from like immediate family. So the fact that they have a grandfather, they're like, yo, thank fucking God. Yo, Kinemon. So Kinemon really didn't notice, but it seems they knew. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Good fucking happy moments for fucking Momo and Hiyori, that's for sure. Cause I remember he said he wasn't planning on revealing himself at first. Oh, okay, Robin relaying information to the crew. Yeah, that's right. All the way back in Enies Lobby in Water 7. That's, dude, the connections in this show is crazy, man. That's what started that whole Enies Lobby thing to begin with. Like, CP9, Rob Lucci, is because they wanted those blueprints. And Frankie burned them.
だけどおでんはそれを解放しようとした。
But did Oden know about it?
ちょっと事故でやつれちゃったけど。
Shinobu! Back to like looking like her younger self somehow.
素敵すぎて骨抜きにされちゃいました。私骨しかないんですけど。
Fucking Brooke.
ほら、しのぶちゃんに弟子入りしたでやんす。強く
Mmm.
なるから今度会うときは仲間に入れてけろ。
忍術使えたらな。いいぞ。
How much happier this kid is now, man.
ポセイドンに続き、こりゃあの人に。
How's this motherfucker like still around, dude? Yo. Caribou, whatever his fucking name is. I think that's what his name is, Caribou. Like, bro. What are you gonna do about Plutone, Caribou? What are you gonna do, man? Like, get out of here, dude. Look at the vibrancy, the life in this country now, man. Amazing. Kids having fun everywhere. Sumo wrestling, all right.
各里の復興計画が上がってきました。
そうか。行こ
Man's doing Shogun shit, bro.
将軍、後ほど貯水池についてのご意見を。
将軍様。
Look at everybody answering. Oh, all the ladies over him now too. Why are his eyes all black? I feel like he's overwhelmed right now. He's trying to get away. I think that's what's happening right here.
う。おーい、ゾロ。千歳社に剣術を教えてくれぬか。ルフィ、ゾロ。
Oh, did they already leave? And he didn't even know?
オナミ、ウソップ、サンジ、ショパイモン。
It would have been a tough goodbye regardless.
クラッキー。
行っちゃったわね。みんなに挨拶なさって。
は？
寂しい。
拙者も今知りまして。
何？金右衛門もか。
This situation is funny.
挨拶したと。
Besides these two.
一言の挨拶もなしに。
拙者が聞きたい。見損だったぞルフィ。ダチではなかったのか。
Oh, fuck. Everybody's ship's ready.
もう同盟は解除。敵同士だ。
俺たちはもう今日って決めてたんだ。
These three never changed, dude. Oh, I fucking love this shit.
そのセリフ、そのままお前に返す。
俺も変えぬ。
北東、東、南東。選べ。
バカな。真ん中。ガキか。行く先は決まった。あと
Ah, I
は
love it.
勝手に決めろ。
麦わら、くじを引け。どっちかに東と書いてある。東だ。
くじ引き負けた。ごめんビート。どこも危険だよ。
Yeah, it doesn't matter which direction they go.
占領道家のバーゲー。
なんだこれ。
Oh, we get into some deep shit now.
いや、ありえねえな。鷹の目に限っては。
この二人を本当に従えてりゃ確かに皇帝と呼ばれて叱るべき。
あいつアホだぞ。何が起き
But he's an idiot. Yeah, dude. Yeah, see, like this is we're getting a natural reaction from the crew like we just had. Like, what is he doing there being an emperor? There's no way.
民間からの暗殺にも怯える世の中。なんだこりゃ、トラファルガ。
ロード・ポーネグリフの写しだ。お前らにも得る権利がある。
Mm-hmm.
抜け駆けはつまらねえ。
火の傷の男を探せってのか。
A man with a burn scar, right?
すぎるな火の傷なんだそれ
Oh, Law's drip right now, bro.
知らねえのかおーい
Woo! Oh my gosh, dude, we're really leaving Wano, man. This is hype. This is crazy.
お主もおらぬのか
ルフィたちのところへ行くか。大月おでんのように生きる。
Ends right there. A little cliffhang, slight cliffhang. It's all good though. It's all good though. Damn, that was still a great episode, man. You can't go wrong with One Piece, bro. Like, this shit is just, it's fucking gas, man. Good vibes all around. Alrighty, guys, one other great episode of One Piece. That was a lot of fun to watch. Just seeing, you know, everybody kind of react to Cross Guild there at the end, and also learning some of the information that some separate people learned, like Robin and Law going to see the Road Poneglyph and learning about Plutone, sharing that information with Frankie and the rest of the crew, seeing their reaction to it, Luffy not really giving a fuck about it, Raizo and Shinobu, we saw that pretty early in the beginning of the episode where they were still kind of flimsy skeleton-like after fighting Green Bull and getting drained of their life force, essentially, but eventually they were okay. Chopper already gave them treatment, they just needed the rest, and then sure enough, yeah, they were good. And even so much, Shinobu looks like her old self from back in the day when Odin was executed. Like, you know, skinny as fuck. So, you know, Sanji and Brooke were like, oh my god, what the fuck? You know, she looks so good. So that was kind of funny in itself. And then apparently Otama is going to be her apprentice and trying to become Kunoichi herself. And you know, propose, like, if I can, will you let me join your crew, big bro? And Luffy, you know, of course, is like, yeah, if you can learn ninjutsu, sure. You know, and just giving a big smile and letting her dream big, like like shine and look in her eyes, like you can see how much happier this kid is now. And it goes a long way in seeing how much they accomplished in this country and literally set it free. Like, it's such a rewarding feeling. What else did we get? Let me fucking skim through a little bit. Oh yeah, that's right. We fucking saw Cat Viper and Dogstorm bring in Carrot pretty early on to the episode, and they mentioned that they want her to become the leader of Zou, pretty much, because they're gonna stay behind and stick to being samurai and Akazaya 9 for Momonosuke and protect him. As well as mentor him, teach him all of that stuff. You know, he's going to need as much help as he can get, because remember, he's still 8 years old up here. He's got a lot to train, a lot to practice, a lot to learn, all the above. So that was cool in itself, and it didn't hit her right away. She was just like, oh, okay. And then it like hit her, and she's like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? I can't be a leader. And then that's where she got the support of everybody else as well. It seemed they had already talked to like most of the other members of Zou, you know, the Minks, you know, the Three Musketeers, Wanda, you know, some of the other regular soldiers in the Mink tribe, and they all support her. And she also has the will of Pedro very close to her heart, so you know that will go a long way in helping her to becoming a successful leader and still in a strong warrior at that, which she already has pretty much become, traveling with Luffy and them. So that was a neat little event that happened this episode that I completely forgot about. I didn't really remember that happening in the manga just because it's been so long since these chapters have released. But nice little tidbit of information and promotion for Carrot. That was great. And then we also got a look at Sukiyaki actually revealing himself to Momonosuke and Hiyori as their grandfather, and they were so relieved and thankful that he's alive and that they even have a grandfather, because they haven't had their parents in over 20 years. Momonosuke, it's been more like a couple years because he traveled 20 years, but Hiyori's lived that whole 20 years, and so they are also separated from each other for a long time. It felt even longer for Hiyori because she actually lived those 20 years. Momo, it was a couple years, but still, regardless, they were without each other and then also didn't have their parents, and we're pretty much starting to accept that was going to be the norm. But now that they know that they have a grandfather, they're super relieved and just welcome him with open arms. And, you know, he's a valuable resource in terms of being able to teach the history and past of this country. Even though he was ashamed of himself for not being able to save it and letting it end up in the hands of Kaido and Orochi and all that kind of stuff. That's why he was like, you know, don't tell the nation about me, just let me retire, but like I'm here for y'all, which is a nice change of perspective, because at first I think he didn't want to do this at all. At least that's what he said to Robien, but maybe something changed after they had their conversation and he showed Robien and Law the Road Poneglyph. So that was nice. That was a really happy, wholesome moment. Glad that they got to have that. And then a funny little information that, you know, Denjiro and the rest of the Akazaya 9 seemed to pretty much know that, or knew that it was him all along, playing as the Tengu, you know, guy. Whereas Kinemon really didn't fucking know at all. So that's a nice, funny little bit. And then, like I said, yeah, fucking Luffy and the crew, like Robien reveals the information that she learned about Pluton and Road Poneglyph, all that stuff. And then pretty much after that, oh yeah, we saw Caribou for a quick second that was, you know, listening in or eavesdropping in on that conversation, which is just fucking hilarious. It's like, yeah, what are you gonna do with that info, Caribou? What are you gonna do with that shit? This man's just been like lurking about along our fucking crew since literally the new, like, we got into the new world in Fishman Island. Like, he's just been somehow with us every step of the fucking way. It's crazy. And then we see a little bit more of the vibrancy and amazingness of the country and the people that are just enjoying this peace and prosperity. And then Momo actually having some shogun duties and everybody coming to him like, oh, you know, finances have been estimated for the reconstruction. Oh, we got this to replace the factories. Oh, can you come and check this? Can you come and check that? And so, you know, it goes to show that he's really in that role now. And then he was so excited to go see Luffy and them, and also was going to ask Zoro about some sword techniques, and realizes that they're gone. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then he goes and talks to Hiyori, and I'm like, oh yeah, they're gone. You know, they said goodbye to everybody before they left, and it's like, they didn't say goodbye to me. And then Kinemon comes and pulls up, and they're like, they didn't say goodbye to me either. And so like they're like confused as shit and like low-key kind of annoyed. Like, how could you not say goodbye to me? Which is a funny fucking little situation that they've gotten themselves into. And then that's when we get the official reveal of Cross Guild through this conversation between Luffy, Kid, and Law. Of course, being the three that they usually are, just competitive, fucking always bickering at each other. In this conversation, it was more of like, okay, really? We picked the same date to all leave? Like, okay, cool. So since we're all leaving the same day, let's choose different directions. And Luffy and everybody's crew doesn't matter, but like Luffy, like he got like, I don't know what he got. Yeah, like his Kid got east, and Law picked northeast, so I can't remember what the other one was. I think it was like west or something like that. I can't remember. But anyways, Law just chose his because a Kid and Luffy said middle, and it's like, bro, what the fuck are y'all on? And then picked raffles, like Luffy picked one, and it was whatever it was, and then Kid got east, and then Luffy's like, oh my god, I lost. Like, oh my god. And it's like, bro, it's not a competition. Like, it was just to decide the directions. And then Usopp's like, hurry the fuck up and help us. Like, we don't care what direction, Luffy. So we get that little funny conversation. And then the reveal of Cross Guild and how, you know, Luffy's like, Bucky's an idiot. Like, how the fuck does he have Crocodile and Mihawk in control? Zoro definitely can't believe it. But if he does have them in their control somehow, that is definitely a worthy cause for him to be emperor, which makes sense, as Law said. And then he passes out copies of the Road Poneglyph. And Robien gets a little interested by how Law's walking away, like he's, I don't know, hiding something, or I don't know. But there goes that. And that was pretty much it. And then we see Yamato and Momonosuke and Kinemon trying to find Yamato. And Yamato says that she's decided what she's going to do, and she's going to live and lead a life just like Kozuki Oden did. And that's right where we get cliffhanged, so we'll have to wait until we get more next week, honestly a couple days from now, because I'm watching this on Tuesday. So amazing stuff. Cannot go wrong with a good old episode of One Piece. That was a lot of fun to watch, and we are approaching ever so much closely to the fucking end, the true end of Wano, where we are leaving this country. It is really close, so I am nothing but excited, and that's gonna do it for me. If you guys enjoyed this reaction, please leave a like down below, comment, subscribe if you're new, hit that notification bell so you know the next one's dropping. I'll see you on the next one. Y'all be good. Deuces.